Okay, now it is recording. So, hello everyone and good evening. My name is Adebola. I'm a brand identity designer and a graphic designer. And for the sake of this lecture, we are going to be learning how to build a portfolio that actually attracts clients, that actually gets you clients. Like it's one thing for you to have a portfolio, it's another thing for you to actually get a client through that portfolio, right? To the best of my knowledge, by the topic alone, I want to believe that we are not all beginners here. I want to believe that we are not all newly beginners here that do not know what they are doing. I want to believe that people that are already here already know what they are doing. They already have a portfolio, right? But now the issue we are having is how to actually make that portfolio generate clients to you, right? And that is what we are going to be discussing here. And yes, I want reactions. I want engagement during the course of this lecture. I don't want it to be that, okay, Adebola is just talking and talking and talking alone. So as I'm speaking, please do well to engage in the chat box. Right. So portfolio. Just in case some people are here and they don't know what an actual portfolio is, right? A portfolio is a collection of your best work, that you present to a potential clients for them to actually view your work and reach out to you or eventually get to you for a project. Now, anyone can have a portfolio. Everyone should have a portfolio, right? A portfolio is something that someone gets to see, they get to see your best work and they actually get to want to work with you. A portfolio is not something that is not, how will I put it? Okay, I thought someone was saying something. A portfolio is not something that you just send to people just anyhow. Your portfolio isn't organized now. That's one thing we are going to be discussing here. Don't worry. That's one thing we are going to be discussing here, right? Now, there are different ways in which you can build your portfolio, right? And the way you build your portfolio actually determines if people are actually going to reach out to you or not, if you're actually going to get back to you or not. There was this time I got a client. The client went through my entire post. The client went through my portfolio even before reaching out to me, right? And I was like, and the client just chatted me and be like, Adebola, are you available for a quick call? I have a project, blah, 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 and everything. And during the call, it was like he has gone through my portfolio before reaching out to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know that anybody was viewing my portfolio. At least to the best, so far, I don't have this notification that prompts me, okay, Adebola, somebody is viewing your portfolio. So my portfolio was busy working for me while I was sleeping. That's not, I didn't say that as very quick as an idea or something. Like I was literally sleeping. I woke up that day. It was a Sunday. I woke up that Sunday. It was around 6 p.m. or thereabouts, and I saw the message. Hi, Adebola. I went through your blah blah blah. Can we get on the call and everything? Like my eyes were still red during that call. My portfolio actually got that client to my DM. So if my portfolio was bad, if my portfolio was nothing to write home about, the person would have viewed and passed, and I won't even know, and I will be busy sleeping and waking up and eating the next day that are still crying that there's no client, there's no this. So your portfolio must be able to work for you. There was this referral I got sometimes last week, right, for a project. The person was like, okay, let me see your portfolio, right, because this one came through a referral. I sent him my portfolio link. He went through it and I was like, wow, this is really good. Your portfolio must actually be able to pass the value that you are pitching yourself as. If you are putting yourself out there as a professional, you're putting yourself out there as you are the best that your clients can ever meet with, and somebody goes to your portfolio and it's nothing to write home about, bro, how is it adding up? Make it make sense. That is one thing I usually say. Make it make sense. If you are really a professional at what you do, let your portfolio speak for you. Let us portfolio what speak for you. So don't stop putting your head, okay, I have a portfolio. Does your portfolio work for you? Does your portfolio work for you? Right. So we're going to be talking about 10 things that your portfolio must do. Let's start it as 10 things that your portfolio must do. In brief, we're actually going to be talking about how you can actually set up your portfolio and do better things. Right. The first thing, your portfolio is your reply. Your portfolio, I was thinking somebody write that in the chat box. Your portfolio is your reply. Your portfolio is your reply. In the situation, in the sense that whenever someone reaches out to you in your DM, right? Maybe they have not gone through your portfolio, but somehow, okay, somebody is saying you don't worry if it we get it. But somehow the person is in your DM and the person is like, okay, can I see your work? Your portfolio is not something that you have to be running elter skelter to get. Your portfolio is not something, oh my god, where do I do? Where do I start from? No. You have to have it should be an automatic reply. It's something that should automatically pitch to your client that okay, you can trust me. I have solved your type of problem before, and these are the results. Your portfolio should show results, not just show random designs. Your portfolio should show results. Your portfolio should show these are the things. This is what I'm worth. So now imagine your portfolio is a combination of different types of nonsense. What do you want your client to think about you? What do you want that kind of person to think about you? Somebody that you have prayed and fasted for somebody to finally reach out to you. He or she reached out to you and you are sending a portfolio that please, your portfolio should be. You don't have to see, there's something about portfolio. You don't have to have your entire design on your portfolio. No, at all. You don't have to have your entire designs on your portfolio. Your portfolio should showcase your best works. Your portfolio should showcase your best works, not amateur works. Not work that even you don't like anymore. Like why are you having designs like that on your portfolio? Why are you having designs like that on your portfolio? We don't have time. Let's move on. We have 10 things to talk about. Right. So the next thing, build multiple portfolio. Build multiple portfolio. Now, this one applies to for the people that say we don't have any portfolio at all. We will talk about that. Now, this one applies to the situation of you want to apply in as much as you can have a major portfolio where all your best works are on, right? There should also be another set of portfolio where you separate your project. In the sense that, how many of us are designers? I want to believe like 90% of us are designers, but let's still take the ratio. If you're not a designer, indicate what you are. So I know those that I'm speaking with. If you're not a designer, indicate what you are or what you do. Please let's be fast so that it's you that I want to focus on. If you're not a designer, indicate what you do. I'm going to wait like 5 seconds for anybody to type anything before we totally focus on designers. Treasury manager, okay. Okay, so let's go ahead then. So here's the thing, right? You're a designer or whatever it is that you do, right? Let's say you have a portfolio where all your designs are. Not all your best designs are, right? Now you can have let's say call it a sub-portfolio in the sense that where you categorize your project. I'm a brand identity designer. I still create flyer designs. I still create social media designs. I create logo designs, right? I create motion designs. I create AI videos. Yes, I create all of those, right? But now on my portfolio, some of these things are there. But again, if somebody reaches out to me today that, okay, Adebola, I want you to create emotion video for me, right? Emotion design video for me. Those things are not cartoon. They are not all on its place on my portfolio. The major portfolio I make use of is Behance. I don't think I can quickly share my screen. Telegram is quickly terrible. It's quite terrible now. It's not sure. Right, so the major portfolio I use presently is Behance, right? That's where all my brand identity design is, my best works and everything, right? But if you ask me today, my motion design videos, it's not on Behance, right? I have it on Google Drive. I have my motion design videos that I want to present to people on Google Drive. If you ask me for my flyer designs today, I will not just submit my Behance. Can I drop my let me see if I can do that. Right. What was I saying? What was I saying? Like, if somebody asked me for motion design videos now, I thought I won't just send my Behance to them. Right. I won't just send my Behance to them because bro, AI videos are not there. That's not what I'm focusing on. My main core is brand identity designer, logo designs. Right. So I won't automatically jump at that and just post that to them. Right. So I will send it to them in a Google Drive. That's what I mean by having multiple portfolios, right? I send it to them in a Google Drive. If somebody asks me for flyer designs now, Google Drive. Because the first few projects you will see on my portfolio, like the first 10 projects you see on my portfolio are brand identity designs. The social media design, there was a collaboration with a fellow designer. The other ones you see there are brand identity design, logo design. So if I sent this portfolio to a client that is reaching out to me for motion design, do you think I'll get that? No, let's answer. Let's be sincere with ourselves. If someone reaches out to me now, okay, Adebola, I want you to work on a motion design video for me. Send me your portfolio. And I'm like, almighty. I have my Behance there. And I send this Behance. That no single motion design video is there. Not single AI video is there. Do you think I will get that? Let's answer in the chat box. So let's answer. Do you think I will get it? I will not get it. Like I will. This one is not a course. It's not a course. It's not thinking too much. I will not get it because that particular portfolio is not positioned. That particular portfolio is not positioned for that gig. It's not positioned for that job. So that's why if you are someone that does a lot of things, right? If I'm niche down to a brand identity design, like I said, I'm niche to a brand identity design, but I still handle a lot of things. But I won't use those let me say like other things I do to mess up my portfolio. I have other things. I have other links I can share to them. I have a link I can share to them for motion design that I will send to them. I will get it. If someone reaches out to me for AI videos, I cannot send them my Behance portfolio because there's nothing there that shows them that I even know anything about AI. So you need to be very smart about it. And this thing I'm telling you, I learned in the hard way. Yes, it was Upwork that oh Jim. It was Upwork that taught me this thing I'm telling you. Like I literally had to waste money learning this thing that I'm saying here for free. Right. So on Upwork you see posts like, okay, they're looking for things like this, they're looking for designs like this. And I just get my Behance link, send it to them. I will not get the work. Yes, because literally the first 10 projects you are seeing, if I don't just first 10, like the first 1, 2, 3 times 4 is what, say. The first 12 projects you are seeing on my portfolio have nothing to do with what I'm applying for. So you expect your client to scroll down, and down again before they see what they want. Nobody has that time. Nobody has that time for you. Nobody has that luxury to come and be sleeping on your portfolio just because they want you to be the one to work on it. Even if you are referred, I don't work on flyer designs as such again. Like the flyer designs are still on, they are still on Behance. They are still on Behance down there. Or social media. You can see them on social media. On X and everything. That's where my designs are available. Right. So what was I saying again? Right. Got caught up right there again. So yeah, create different ones. Right. Create different ones. More or less, I'm more like, will I say like pushing flyer designs out of my big set. It's not even like I even have that strength. I have that time for it again. So where was I? So the person that reached out to me for flyer design now, like to work on their flyer design, then they better know what they are doing. They better know what they are doing. Right. So we have talked about building multiple portfolios. Right. So have Google links. Each post, you can have an entire portfolio, an entire folder for all your designs, right? So when section it, um packaging designs, this design, that design, motion design, package everything inside the same inside a bigger folder. So when the client reaches out to you for such, you can just send to them per what they need, not just downloading of your entire portfolio to them. Per what they need, so you can secure those gigs. So now basically I've mentioned two platforms you can actually use to create your portfolio. For those that are saying they don't have an idea how to create a portfolio, you can use your Behance. You can create Behance. Creating an account on Behance is free. That's the same link I sent now. You can create an account on Behance, upload your designs there, upload your best designs. See, and once, okay, I'm already going to something else that I don't want to talk about in this class, but let me just say it. Anytime, like once in a while, let's say like once in a month, once in 2 months, once in 3 months, go through the designs on your portfolio and delete the ones that doesn't suit your level. We grow. A lot of us here are designers, right? We grow. You can't tell me that the same way you design presently is the same way that you have been designing. Is the same way that you have been designing since last year. It's not possible. You are expected to have grown. So there are some design that should leave your portfolio by now. You can't tell me that the design that you made in 2020, what will I say? 2020, you can't tell me that kind of design is still in your portfolio. Like, you should have grown beyond that. But except you already a master's, what we were doing by 2020, even at that then, you should have still grown. I still deleted some designs on my portfolio this last week. Like I said, I uploaded some. I uploaded some things on my portfolio last week, right? If you check the last two that was there, I just put it last week. Like, is it different today or thereabouts? Check to the designs there. I deleted some things that are there because why? They don't befit what I put myself out as now. Flyer designs are still there here. I'm not saying because I've niched into logo design, brand identity designs, there's no flyer design on my portfolio again. It's still there, of course. I mean, there's no point in deleting it. They still portray what I do. Right. They still portray what I do. Right. So that's okay. So the third one I was supposed to talk about. Okay, so you have a question. What about people that are not designers? The only person that says she's not designer, I think it's a she. It's someone that said treasury manager. And I really want to know what a treasury manager does before we can actually address that. I want to know what, if that person is still here, I want to know what they do, what you do. Mofin, I want to know what a treasury manager does, right? Before I can actually advise you on the type of portfolio you can use. And regardless of whatever you do, I want to still believe Google Drive will still work perfectly for you. No matter what you do, Google Drive will still work for you. Even if you're a data analyst, and data analysts, they make use of Google Sheets or thereabout. There are other platforms they make use of, but they also make use of Google Sheets. It still boils down to Google Drive, right? That you can always store it there and send it to people. So basically, Google Drive is like something that can work for almost anything, no matter what you do. If you are into sales of physical products, right, you can always have social media. Make use of social media as your best friend. Virtual assistant, how do you store your project? How do you store your project? How do you store your project? Now, it depends on how you store it, how you save it, right? So however you can save it or store it, you can use that. Right? However way you can save it and store it, if it results of clients. Now, okay, we were supposed to talk about, or we're not supposed to talk about presentation actually, but let me just say, if it's result of client that you can, I think it's more or less like social media management too. Like results of client that you want to document as proof of work, document it properly. You can even put it as a Google Doc. Document it properly. This client, this was their statistic at some point. This is what you walk them through. That's what they call. That's basically like you documenting your process with a particular client, case study, and all of that. Right. So document it as detailed as possible. So when a potential client is reading through your documentary, that documentary for a client, okay, literally, you do know what you are doing, right? They can see your results. Remember when I talked about the fact that your portfolio should actually show results, not just random stuff that you have done before. Results. Where did you take your clients further? As a virtual assistant, right? You assisted someone virtually, right? So where did you take your results, your clients from your previous clients? Where did you take them from? There has to be a point A to point B. So what was their point A and what is their point B? And not just that, how did the movement of point A go to point B? Explain it there. You show your professionalism. So when they are reading it, they're not okay, this person actually knows what he or she is doing. Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? All right. So Big Sam is saying that I think by the end of this class, you'll be teaching us how to create a portfolio. Is that what I'm saying already? Maybe we find a way to do that too. Maybe we find a way to do that. Now, don't just, like I said, like I was saying about virtual assistant, social media manager now, don't just dump a design there. I posted on my Behance, right? They study an entire brand identity design guideline and everything, right? So they get to see. So any client that is going through that, they know the depth of what they are getting when they work with me. They're not just getting logo designs. If you check it out, after the two brand identity designs I posted in my portfolio, about 4 or 5 were just logos, just 2 slides of logo, slides, right? I'm going to delete those things at some point. I posted those because I haven't gotten my brand identity design guideline, details of the project I worked on, right? So at some point when I get more detailed projects, I'm going to delete all those 2 slides, right? Because you don't want them to just see, okay, you can design. How does your design solve a problem? What is the strategy you take? Whatever it is that you are doing, how can I actually trust you? Your portfolio must allow, like, at first glance, at them reading through it, they must be able to trust you. If you have a website, perfect for you. And if you don't have a website, make use of what you have and make it solid. Now, another way you can actually make use of or create a portfolio, apart from Behance, apart from Google Drive, social media. See, social media is now, this is 2026. Social media is now our CV, it's now our resume. It's no more, social media is no more for just lying down, scrolling through our screens and just laughing at ourselves. It's now more than that. People steal clients on social media. So even your social media, whatever platform you might be using, X, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything you might be using, let there be proof of what you are working on. Let there be proof of what you are working on or what you can do. So anybody that is going through your social media, before they even reach out to you, they see solid works on your page. Because nobody is going to randomly go online. Because basically, before somebody will reach out to you randomly and be like, I want you to work on this so thing for you. I need you for this. I need you for a virtual assistant service, blah, 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 stuff like that. Before someone will reach out to you, they must have seen something. They must have had something, right? They must have seen something in the sense that they saw your work somewhere, they saw your post somewhere, that's one. They must have had something, someone referred you, right? And you can't sleep on referrals. Basically. Have it at back of mind, right? So now, how do you now get people to see you for who you are? Nobody is going to search graphic design on the internet and your name will pop up if you're actually not showing up as a graphic design online. Like, how? Nobody's going to search virtual assistant on Google right now and your name will pop up if you are actually not showing up as a virtual assistant online. It is not possible. I don't know if it's something that you might have asked several times, but please show up online. Show up online as the best that you are. If you know you can do this thing, show up. Let the world see that you can do it. Let the world see that miracle can do it. Let the world see that blessing can do this thing. So when they search online and let's say they search for video editor, they search video editor, your name comes up among the numerous thousands or millions of people in your field. And then I'll go to your page. Let them see something that will hook them. See, there's this saying that this niche is saturated, this niche is saturated. Every niche is saturated, no matter where you want to run to. So there's no graphic design is saturated. See, there's nothing that you want to talk about. There's nothing you want to say. Everywhere is saturated. Everywhere is filled up. Everywhere is choked up. So you have to find a way to stand out. Oh my God, we're already going to social media. You have to find a way to stand out. Now, when they eventually see your page, is there anything on your page that will hook them to want to even send a DM? Talk less of them now wanting to ask for your portfolio. Is it that before, even though your portfolio is perfect, before the things that you have to do, before anybody will actually see your perfect portfolio, those things are too much. Those things are still, except you want to sleep on referrals. If you want to sleep on referrals, you'll be like, okay, you don't need social media. And even for anybody to refer yourself, they have to see you working. I remember the day I got my first 300K job. It was basically through a referral. And that was because I was showing up online. An old friend of mine had been seeing my work online. And they just randomly referred me. So if nobody will see, let me tell you something. I seriously told myself I'm not going to go to social media today, like talk about social media too much today. But let's just talk about it. There was this time, I think that was last year or thereabouts, right? My brother paid for my design course, my first ever design course in 2020, right? He paid for it. So he knows I'm a designer. He knows I design. He knows I'm doing anything design. He knows I design everything, basically. Let me put it that way. So there was this thing that happened last year. When I started my 50 days logo design challenge, right? He referred me to a gig. And I just thought about it. Is it that I don't think he ever referred me to a gig in my life before? And I just thought about, is it that he paid for a course, he has been seeing me designing, but it just didn't register in his mind that I can do some things. My brother is in the tech industry, right? So you can imagine the amount of opportunities that I've lost all these years by not putting myself in his face as a designer. But when I started this challenge, it's on Twitter, of course, right? He also saw me more frequently as a designer. Like, what am I saying? No matter how close you are to someone, if you do not tell them these things, they will not remember to refer you. And don't give me, maybe you're not close to me. I'm close to my brother. So if you are not showing up, if you are not in the faces of these people that you need work for, you can't stay around family and friends and be like, my family and friends know I'm a designer. They know I'm a designer. Everybody in the house know I'm a designer. Everybody in my entire family knows I'm a designer. But if I'm not pushing myself in their faces, if I'm not putting myself, and I'm not saying putting myself in the faces of my family member, bro, the faces of my family member cannot feed me. I'm not going to tell you a lie. They cannot pay me the money that I need. None of my family members, not at least them direct, my family members directly can never give me a gig worth the millions of naira that I'm worth. So I'm not putting myself in their faces. I'm putting myself online for people to see me. Okay, this is becoming right. So put yourself out there. So before people actually reaches out to you, then you have to send them your portfolio. Is there something on your page that will hook them? Ask yourself that. Is there something on your page that will hook them, that will make them want to eventually reach out? Okay, they search for whatever it is that they need online, and miraculously your name popped up, and they clicked on your name. Now, it's left to you and God. Is there anything on your own page that will make them to want to send you a DM? Is your portfolio link in your bio? That's for platforms that can allow more than one links, right? And LinkedIn allows more than one. You can add, I think no, it's just one. I think except you have premium version. Same thing goes to X. So is there enough details? Is there enough stuff there that will make them to want to be like, no, Michael is the person for this job. Miracle is the person for this job, right? So I talked about sectioning your designs, your work, right? Depending on what it is you are working on, right? Virtual assistant, document your work, write the case study. How did you take your clients from point A to point B? Social media manager, how did you take your clients from point A to point B? Graphic design, what are the results your clients got after reaching out to you? What are the results they got after working with you? Let them see these pros. You can post it online. You can post these results online. I posted something last. Okay, there's no need of that. Right. So post it online. Let people see you for what you can do. See, don't look down on social media. Don't look down on social media at all. At all. Don't look down on social media at all. Be strategic about what to post. Be strategic about what to post. Be very, very strategic about what to post online and everywhere. Are we still here? Be strategic about what to post online so that you can know what exactly that you are getting. All right, just to be sure. Be strategic about what you post, right? Because your clients are watching you. So you don't want to end up posting things that are not speaking to your clients. You don't want to end up posting things that do not pertain or do not concern your clients at all. Right. So now let's move, because I want us to wrap up very soon. We don't have too much time to spend here. Right. So now, how do you build your portfolio? Because now I'm talking about post your best work, post this, post that. How do you build your portfolio even when you don't have clients? Yes. Now this is for newbies. For people that are, I'm just starting out as a this. I'm just starting out as a graphic designer. I'm just starting out as a this and a that and a that. I don't have any client. How am I supposed to put things in my portfolio? How many of us are in that situation? How many of us are in that situation that there's literally no clients? There's no client work for you to post. There's no client work for you to even post. I addressed this already now. For people that are not designers, I addressed this already. I addressed this. So yeah, I addressed this. Or if you want to talk about, if you want to mention the exact niche that these persons are, if you want to talk about the exact niche that these people are, then we can address it again if it has not been addressed before. Right. So now you are into whatever it is that you are into. And now you want to create a portfolio, but you don't have clients. That's where passion projects come to play. Right. There's passion projects, there are fictional projects, right? And also where volunteering comes to play. But now here's the thing. There's pro and con to everything. There's pro. There's an advantage to something. I have works I've done, but I arrange them as so imagine somebody's problem, somebody's prayer point is what you are saying as a problem. You see this life? You see this life? So your method has given you opportunity to practice, but real client that bring about money. Nope. Yeah, you can't be spoon-fed everything now. There's some things you have to get yourself right. So, but don't worry, we talk about some things. Yeah, let's see if that will help. Now, right, we're going to talk about some things now. Number one, passion projects. Now, what are passion projects? Passion projects are actually projects you desire to work with eventually. Passion projects you desire to work with eventually at some point, right? Because this time I really wanted to work with a real estate agent. Like I just wanted to. Let me say it was a passion. I just wanted to work with a real estate agent. And at that time, I've never worked with a real estate agent before, right? So what did I start doing? I started creating passion project that it was my passion. I'm not saying passion as in design is my passion, but like I want to, right? So in order for me to put myself in the faces of real estate agents, for them to actually say that, oh, so this person can design for real estate agents, right? I started creating real estate agent design. But if you have not worked with, how did you create? I created, like, I won't call it a fake project, but let me call it an imaginary project for a real estate brand. You generate the real estate brand name by yourself. You generate the real estate brand need by yourself, and you design according to that. Remember, it's passion. So you are designing according to what you envision that you want to work with eventually. And I posted it, of course. Even in fact, there's one particular project on Behance that's this Crown Eve or something like that. It was a passion project. That was the time I was still looking for real estate brand. And of course, I actually got to work with a real estate brand for a vanity design project eventually. Right. So it was passion. I wanted to. And I actually got it. Like, I created a fictional project, posted it online, and as the Lord will have it, I eventually got a real estate agent that needed a brand identity design. So whenever you have this urge, whenever you have this passion to work on particular brands, work on it, post it out there. You will definitely see people that are interested in designs like that will reach out to you. Right? Those are passion projects. Then when you're working on it, work on it with all your mind. Don't just work on it and rush it out and just I want to make sure I post something today. I want to make sure I post something today. So you just wrap up something and post it out there. Don't do that. Remember, you're working on it for your portfolio. You're not working on it on a client for a client. Why are you rushing? Take your time, build it properly, make it portfolio worthy. Then package it properly, post it online, add it to your portfolio. Right? I don't post my clients' works anymore. I don't post it. Let me say why. Maybe one lazy reason is that I don't have strength to package it to post online. A client reached out to me, I deliver your work, end of the discussion. Like, I deal with you as a client to designer kind of relationship. But like, for me to now start packaging the already designed work, for me to package it to post online, I don't get that strength. Right. So it's like, if you know what I'm saying, it's two different things. Delivering a work to a client is different from actually you posting about that work online. It's not that you just come and dump it online. That's ladies are this my work on this design. That's not it's being done. So if I want to do something, I do it well. Right. So as I don't have strength to package a client's project and come and be focusing on that. I cannot post. I rather work on a passion project or a fictional project, package that one and post on it. That means to start looking for how to package a client's project. I beg. Right. So work on a passion project, post it online. Now, a fictional project, you come up with it in your mind. You come up with it in your mind. There's this brand editing design I worked on last year. Like, oh god, that client stressed my head. I literally wanted to post that project online. Like, maybe it would have been one of the few client projects that I have posted. I literally wanted to, but this client stressed my head. The presentation last one, I just decided. In fact, I looked like last week when I was updating my portfolio, I was like, can I just repackage this and add to my portfolio? I look at the presentation, I was like, no. It's not the type of client that I'm looking for again. Right, so I didn't put it in my portfolio, right? Because I don't want that kind of client again in my life, right? So put out there what the mirror of what you want, the reflection of what you want, the reflection of who you are, right? So another one is basically volunteering to design. Is the class being recorded? I hope it is. I clicked record though. It should be recorded. It is being recorded. Yes, it is. Right. So what was I? So yeah, volunteering for a project. Now, volunteering has its own pros and its own cons. So in the sense that you have to volunteer to work on a particular project, right? People can actually even reach out for you to volunteer to work on a project and all of that. Right. But now the issue that comes with that is being eventually not valued. Not being valued, because volunteer, that's literally free work. You won't be valued you might not be valued at the end of the day. Right. And First, like there was this friend of mine I had some time ago. I saw her doing pretty well on that. She's not a designer at all. I saw her doing pretty well on that, and she wanted to host a class. And I was like, I look at it. At that time, I was jobless. No, it's jobless as it. So I was like, she's doing pretty well online. She wanted to host a class on what she was doing. And I was like, let me create a design for her. And like I said, I was jobless. So I created a design for her. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I got from her was thank you. See, I wasn't expecting her to pay me. No, no, no. Like I said, I was literally, let me say, we were basically still in the struggling level. Okay, right? I created a design for her, right? But I was expecting more appreciation. I was expecting her to actually see value in it, like for real. I was expecting her to, let me even be raw and sincere with you. I was expecting her to be like, oh my God, thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. You know, those kind of emotional value. Like, okay, make my head swear small, even though I'm jobless, but at least make my head. But bro, I did not get any of, I was so disappointed. So okay, that design is fine. I'm not going to lie, that design is fine. So it's not like it's so bad. That design is actually really fine, and it's did numbers for her for that particular project she was working on. Right. But it was obvious she didn't see the value in what I gave. So that alone made me feel bad. Right? And I was like, the energy I put into creating this design for you, for just to do passion projects. And I'll be happy with myself. Right. So volunteering actually it helps in the sense that if you're volunteering for someone that will give you feedback, it will help you actually get real human feedbacks. Right. But for passion projects, you will not be able to get human feedback, meaning that it's an imaginary brand, right? So there's nobody that literally give you feedback, right? But when you are dealing with passion projects, you have the 100% uh creativity freedom to work on whatever it is you're working on. Same thing goes to virtual assistants. So because I noticed someone was like virtual assistant here, so I want to be spreading whatever it is that we are saying. So yeah, virtual assistant. Now I've talked about graphic design, passion projects, graphic design, volunteering. Passion projects for what do you call this thing? Virtual assistants. I don't know how that can work, but let me talk about for volunteering, right? I'm sure you have friends and family that you can actually work on. Okay, I think that's more or less social media management. But whichever shall, if it works for you, you can use it, right? You have friends, family that you can actually manage this for social media management. Manage their pages, right? You tell them, okay, you have blessed this, you need their page to test run something, you want to manage their page for the next 3 months. I mean, 3 months should be fair enough, right? For you to see a substantial results that you can actually brag about, right? So you manage their page for 3 months, putting your soul, body, and spirit into it, manage their page, work on it, get the proofs. You need that result. Get that because for social media management, I don't think there's a way you can work on a passion project for it. I don't think so. That would usually you taking a lot of things. So I don't think so. But if there is, you can always make research. If there is, you can always okay. So I think we're having a whole lot of questions. Let me start reading so that it doesn't get too much. Okay, so I think someone is saying you went through underpriced, overworked. Yeah. You have a question, please. Like a real estate design, if the client say you should send your portfolio, for example, now you design to file under real estate nature. So how are you going to send only two designs if the clients have? So you send different variations. Okay, so right, a real estate designer, a real estate agent reached out to you. You have only two real estate design projects that you have worked on. It's possible you can be one. Let's say it's one. Of course, that's not the only design you have worked on, but that one gangan that they need, ignore the gangan, but don't ignore it. That one in particular that they need, make sure it's the first one that you send or that it's on your portfolio. Make sure it's the first one that is on your portfolio. If it's one ask for you to quickly go to your portfolio, that you can't do that on Behance, on Google Drive. If it's one ask for you to quickly go to your portfolio and rearrange it for them to see the real estate design first, do that. But of course, you should have some other designs to back it up. So it's not like you have only one designs. Have some other flyer designs to back it up, to send it together, right? But send other designs, of course. But if you have up to 5 real estate designs, of course, I think that is enough to fly. That's enough to go, right? So, Okay, so what is saying you had mentioned earlier that you don't put out your work, that you don't put all your work on the same portfolio. How do you do with okay, so like I said, my main portfolio. Okay, if you previously worked as a writer, you worked in operation and currently work as a product manager, how do you position yourself? How do you position yourself where on social media? Both in, are you referring to social media? How do you position yourself on social media? Not social media, portfolio. What type of portfolio are you making use of? So even start with. What type of portfolio are you making use of? Because if you are currently working as a product manager, it's something you can actually still structure. It's something you can actually still structure to make sure it works, right? You once worked as you once worked in operation, right? I don't really know what they do in particular, right? But it's something you can actually still structure and or create an entire new portfolio for your product manager role. Create an entire new portfolio for your product manager role, right? If it's going to affect each other, you're the one that know what operations are into, you're the one that also know what product managers are into. So if it's going to contradict each other, because I think it's going to actually, right, create another portfolio for your product manager role that will make it work. Leverage on social media, very, very important. Leverage on it like wow. Leverage, leverage. I'm waiting for your response. I think you were typing something. Leverage on social media, very, very important, right? So on whatever, I don't know what portfolio you are using, but I think that was the question I asked you. What portfolio are you using? Which one do you want to structure? Which one do you want to position? Which one do you want to position? Right. So when you are if you're also in this situation, like I mentioned that myself, I was a jack of all trades before. Okay, so the goal is to show that you have skills across all areas. Then position yourself as that. But you have to actually pick one. See, when it comes to niching down, I'm not saying okay, everybody must niche down to something. When it comes to positioning yourself, people have to know you for one thing. People have to know you for one thing before they can add everything. See, people have will I call it short time memory? Will I call it's okay, it's not short time memory actually, but people have to know you for one thing. If I'm seeing Adebola, what am I thinking about? What is the first thing I'm thinking about? You can't say I'm thinking, if I see Adebola, I'm thinking of design, social media, flyer design, graphic design, logo design, motion design, AI designs. It's not possible. People don't have time to cram everything that you do in their head. So find a way to these two things that you do now. What do they cover? What's the entirety of what it covers? Right? What is the entirety of what it covers? Then position yourself as that. If it's something that you can swing into each other, what's the entirety of what it covers? Then position yourself as that. So you cannot, yes, you are this and this. One has to come first, no matter how you are going to put it. One has to come. Like now, if you think about that, of course, I'm thinking about brand identity design, logo designs. Then when you now reach out to me for brand identity design, logo designs, then I will now be the one pitching to you that see, Mr. Man, Mr. or Mrs. Do logo, I can also do this one, I can also do that one for you. But what brought them to brand identity design, logo designs? So you have to be known for you can't scream two at the same time. You're supposed to hear the two things. Okay, so I get what you are saying. I guess what you're saying. You're doing more than one thing. And I think you want to have those more than one thing to be out there, and it's almost not possible. People don't have the capability of memorizing a lot of. I can't memorize things for you. It's not possible. You have to find a way to incorporate them into one. You're a product manager, right? You're pitching yourself as a product manager, and at the same time, you want them to actually still see you as a writer. I'm sure there's a way you can put it into it. Probably the way you even post and show up online. I think there was this thing. There's this guy I know, my God, I guess the name was, I think it's Creative UI. I'm not sure of his name. I think it's Creative UI. I'm not sure if it's the one. He's a designer, graphic designer, right? He designs a lot, and the way he writes his caption. I don't think it's Creative UI. The way he writes his caption, somebody had to ask in this like people, not even somebody, people literally ask in his comment section that is he into writing because of the way he writes. I'm not sure it's Creative UI, so I don't want to tag who is not supposed to be right. So many people asked in his comment section that is he into writing? And he was like, yeah, I was once fully into writing before you venture into the design industry and everything. So let what you do, let that other aspect of you reflect in what you are pushing out. So if you're into writing, whenever you are showing up online, let somebody read your post and be like, not only does this person know how to manage products, if that's actually a proper illustration, but this person also know how to write. This person also know how to communicate with our words. Do you understand? So like there's a way you can actually link it up. Actually, you can link it up. I'm sure you can link it up. I'm very, very sure you can link it up. I'm very, very sure you can link it up. Just link it. Show up with the one that you want people to know you with the most. And every other thing will follow. Yes. And every other thing will follow. Yes. Show up with the one that you want the most. Add the rest as backup. Add the rest. I still post flyer designs once in a while. Maybe like if you scroll to 20K, if you go to 30 media in my X, maybe you see one flyer design also. Right. So for my main push online, brand identity design, logo designs. Right. So show up with the main one and every other thing will follow. And there's nobody that is like every other thing will follow. I still created a brand identity design for a client last month. And I still created social media designs for that particular brand last month. So it's like when last did I post about flyer design? When last did I post about it? So how did she know? She gets me for brand identity design. I started in that one for her. I started in other social media designs for her. And we worked on it. Right. So let's any other question. I think our time is fast spent. I've not been able to cover everything I wanted to talk about. Our time is fast spent. So you can make use of Behance, you can make use of Google Drive. If you need Google Sheets for your whatever it is that you do, make use of it. Google Doc for you to document your entire process, make use of it. For you to show proof of work, make use of it. Make use of it. You don't want, oh, this is beautiful, this is nice. You don't need that. Document it. How do you take your clients from A to B? If I have YouTube channel to showcase my working, I have a YouTube channel actually. I do have like this recording is going to be posted on my YouTube channel. But to showcase my working as in, I don't use YouTube to showcase my working. I don't know if I get what you mean. But I don't use YouTube to showcase my workings. I don't use. So do we have another question? Okay, we have used almost an hour here already. Do we have any other question? Google Drive. Everyone has a Google Drive basically. Create a folder, add your projects there. Add your project. I want to believe you have learned 1, 2, or multiple things here. How do you start and build your portfolio as a graphic designer? I just mentioned, I just talked about it basically. You can make use of Google Drive. You can make use of Behance. Those are the two major ones that I can still recommend. There are other ones. I think there's this particular website I just stumbled on, and that's me last month or thereabouts, to create a website. I don't know, somehow I lost it. To create a website, beautiful website, that's like 10,000 per month or so. Maybe I still look for it and use it actually. To create a like beautiful platform actually. So you can make use of Google Drive for a start. Make use of Google Drive, upload your designs there, section it. My old, let me check it out. My old Google Drive, is this something I can easily find? I actually did section it, like birthday designs. It's not like, it's like a template kind of thing actually. So it's not like all those official websites kind of thing. So like all these templates, let me say something like, it's not like Canva, so I don't want to diminish it. It's not like Canva. How do you want to use Linktree for your portfolio? Linktree is like you, how do I mix it up? Linktree, you use Linktree to arrange your links together. That's why it's called Linktree. For you to arrange your links together. Links for different pages. I can't remember my Linktree is. Right, so you can use Linktree for your portfolio. You can add your Linktree link to your portfolio. I think my only thing, my portfolio link is in my. You can add your portfolio link to your Linktree. Is fictional work advisable or real project? Both. I don't think I have any real project in my portfolio. Maybe just few. Both. Fictional, anything. As far as it shows proof of what you can do. As far as it shows proof of what you can do, please put it there. Even if it's clients, but like I said, I'm too lazy to document a client's project, like an actual client's project. I don't have that strength. Say after client I've stressed for like 2-3 weeks plus. Now today look the same design I want to do. No, I move on. So I'm trying to see if I can see my okay. How did I see it so fast? For writers, right? And it can be like for documents, right? For documents, if you have your written stuff in a document, right? The different documents can now be in the Google Drive folder. Then the link to that Google Drive folder, you can add it to your Linktree. I think that made more sense. The link to your Google Drive folder, you can add it to your Linktree. I'm trying to check out the designs, the ones I have in exactly. If you don't have a project that you can work with, you can stick to. Okay, so I've seen now how to share it's gonna remain. I've seen my old Google Drive folder where I structured all my designs. So do we have any other questions? We have spent quite a lot. I think I even need to open the group, the WhatsApp group, so we can still ask our questions there if necessary. Do we have questions? Or we should call it a day? Okay, so I wanted us to wrap up this by 9 o'clock. We still have things we are here to discuss, but I think we find another day to discuss this. And yes, the Untitled series doesn't end here. Yeah, it's a monthly series, right? We held the January on. That's what is still on the DP. We held the January on January 4th, right? We couldn't hold February. We couldn't hold February and we couldn't hold March due to unforeseen circumstance that I found myself in. So definitely we would have May on. This is April. So definitely we have that of May. That of May should fall on April 3rd or May 3rd or thereabouts. On May 3rd, yeah, just feel this one. So that should fall there and we will hold it by God's will. So you don't have to leave the group. You can still invite people. Once it's about 2 weeks to the date, it should be announced. So you can start inviting more people for the session. If you have suggested topic that you want us to talk about in May, you can always reach out to me you can also always send me a DM. You can always send me a DM. Okay, somebody is asking, okay, but I have a question, please. Like, we will say design you did. If the client said you should send your portfolio, for example, I answered this question now, Karim. I answered this question. Did you disappear when I was answering? I answered this question that you should send it and make sure it's like one of the first designs I have sent of their scene. So Big Sammy is asking, please, whenever you are on for design challenge in your so that's design mechanic. I'm holding a design challenge present. Ebuka, are you still here? Oh, Jim. I'm holding a personal design challenge presently. 100 days design challenge. But it's actually personal, so it's actually personal. So there's no room for anybody to join. We hosted a 21 days design challenge January into February, right? Of this past January into February, right? And it went pretty well, right? We'll be wrapping up soon. Yeah, so we're wrapping up soon with that. And somebody's asking, please, for someone who's actually just trying to build a portfolio and be consistent sharing up, would you advise thinking down on it? I would advise you to do what works for you. Right? So do what works for you in the sense that if you think niching down would work best for you, how do I put it? Should you niche down or not? Right? You are trying to build your portfolio. What are you most comfortable working with? What type of design are you most comfortable working with? In as much as you are exploring, don't explore and just start shooting yourself in the leg. Do you get what I'm saying? So, in as much as okay, public design challenge, don't worry, to be announced. If there's any public design challenge to be announced, it's be announced, of course. So do whatever design you are comfortable working, like you find joy doing it, put it more out there. I don't know what to mean by exploring, right? So let's say you are comfortable working on social media designs. Put that one out there. Let people know you for that very well. Then you can now start slotting in flyer designs, put it out there too small. Look at, are you good with that? If you're not good with that, stick with what you're good with and see, make money. See, this is 2026. Nobody has time to explore up and down. Make money, like stick with what is making money for you now. That's the summary for it. Forget everything I've been saying. Stick with whatever is making money for you now. So when you are now making substantial money, like fair enough, right? You can now start exploring because you know that the period of exploring, this period of growth, money is not coming inside you. Hope you know that. I don't know if you are designing for passion, but I think you're a lady. I am not designing for passion. I'm designing for money. So the period where you want to still go about learning and doing something more, you're losing money. So stick with something that looks like it's already working for you and get money with that. So when you have been well known with that, you can also say, okay, well, I'm still doing social media design, but I want to start learning logos more at the side. You come out again. I'm still doing social media design, but I'm doing logo at the side. Before you now start balancing up the learning process and all of that. But please don't shut down something that is getting you money in the name of your exploring. Nobody's paying for you to explore. Nobody's paying for you to explore. So please, those of you that don't have time to work with, Big Sammy. I've talked about this earlier. I have a class to attend to. Like, let me go and learn. I've poured out to you guys. It's now time for me to go and refill my own. Okay. What I meant is earlier is that either staying on a brand like interior design or different brand. No. You can't stick to a particular brand now. No, no, no. You can't stick to a particular niche. There are some people that do that when they get to a particular stage. When they get to a particular, they niche now that this is the only niche I can work with. No, you can't do that at the early stage. You can't do that at the early stage. That no, you can stick to social media designs for a whole lot of brand. I won't say all brand because definitely everybody has their own pick that no, I don't work for design. I don't work for brands like this. Like myself now, I don't design or work for anything that has to do with club, alcohol, and the rest, right? So I still design for a lot of brand that does with brand identity, but some are excluded for me. So basically, I think that's all. Good night, everyone. The recording will be provided and sent to the group. If not tonight, it cannot even be tonight, tomorrow, tomorrow, right? So it will be provided and it will be sent. If you have questions, you can still reach out to ask and it will be answered. So good night, everyone, and have a blessed week ahead. Bye.